Hey guys, this is Amy Wistick with The Plan, and today I'm talking about weird. It's the new normal. It's not what you think. Stay right here, I'll explain. So glad you're with me today. I'm talking about weird. It's the new normal. You know, Sunday morning here, we had an awesome service. I mean, Faith Church is just on fire. Pastor Jay was speaking about this, and it really just came alive. I was really inspired. He kept saying, you know, a believer, someone who is trusting God, is not normal. And so that clicked in my head. Okay, so being weird is the new normal in the kingdom of God. I know the world is weird right now, and they're trying to convince us things that are weird and abnormal are what should be normal. That's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about someone who trusts God in the face of lack, that you say, well, my God is more than enough, or you give when you need some yourself. You know, it's a whole new way of living. It's a whole new world, a new way of thinking this kingdom of God. In 1 Peter 2:9, it says that you are a chosen generation, a special people, a royal priesthood. One translation says a peculiar people, or a people that is belonging to God. And I like that word peculiar. You know, you're called out of darkness into light to proclaim His wonderful praises, His glorious praises. And when I looked up that word peculiar, that some translations will call us a peculiar people, or a weird people, but we're really chosen of God to do something. Defining that means extraordinary, not ordinary. So peculiar is not ordinary. It's not what is expected. It's not the usual. It's something completely different. And that's you and I. I mean, if we're told we're to live by faith and not by sight, how abnormal is that? How odd is that to think, you know, okay, I'm not going to live on what I'm seeing. But everything in the realm of reason would say, go by your knowledge, go by what you see, go by what you've experienced before. But in this new kingdom, when we're truly alive is when we're being weird, when we're really trusting God, when we're not doing what is usual. My children the other night, we were all in the kitchen, and Summer, my daughter, she's 14, she just needed a pep talk. She was feeling down. She had a lot of tests. She's overwhelmed by the week, and you know, she cheerleads, has a lot of ball games, practice, you know, school, church. She's doing it all, and she was singing in chapel, and she was just feeling overwhelmed. And my son Lake, who's a junior, he's talking to her too, and I'm encouraging her, and she's like, Mom, I think I'm going to do bad on my test. And she was just saying all this, and she's overwhelmed. She had to sing in the morning to my voice, and she just put all this pressure on herself. And I said, Summer, you're not just a mere human. You're just not an ordinary high school student. You've got the life of God on the inside. You've got the Spirit of God that dwells in you. You're a chosen people. You're part of this royal priesthood, this holy nation. God's called you out to do something extraordinary for Him. So don't rely on yourself. He's going to work through you. Don't listen to the devil anymore. He's defeated. You're listening to the wrong voice. Don't go with your reasoning. That's what the enemy wants. If he can pull you into reason, he'll get you defeated. But don't be moved by what you see. That's just temporary. You know, we're only moved by what we don't see. That's eternal. What's God say about it? So I was pumping her up, and Lake, my son, was listening. He said, wow, Mom. He said, that's the best pep talk I've ever heard. He said, how come you don't give me those kind of pep talks? I said, I do, son. But by the time I got done with Summer, she was feeling great. She stopped crying, or she had the peace of God. She was able to go to sleep. When she woke up, you know, she said she crushed her song in chapel. She got an A on her test. Come on, I want to shake you today. You know, you're called to be this weird person who trusts God in the face of the storm, who isn't fearful, but who can look at the storm and say, peace, be still. Jesus was asleep during the storm. A friend of mine said, you know, in the middle of chaos at work, when she used to be all up in the drama, she said, I was so peaceful, Amy, and I was able to make the right decisions. Her friends came to me and said, what has changed about you? She said, I trust God now. I'm encouraging you today. You trust God. Be the weird one. Be alive unto the things of God. Let being weird, trusting God be your new normal. And that's why you'll stick with the plans He has for you. So glad you joined me today. I love hearing all that God is doing in your life, and thank you for sharing this. New friends get to watch this because you are sharing this. If you're on YouTube, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment. If you're on Facebook, like this page. We'll have a brand new video for you next week. And remember, every Tuesday, we are live. I'll see you then.